Hello, everyone. My name is Cecil Pradhan, and I'm presenting our project, CancerSignalAI, the cure for cancer. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How did a team of computer science students come up with a cure for cancer? Before I answer that, let's talk about the problem. Cancer comes in four different stages, with the cancer cells spreading more and more in each subsequent stage. As the cancer spread, the more dangerous it gets. Mainly in the later stages, which are stages 2 to 4, the cancer has spread so much that it is extremely hard to deal with. This results in very low survival rates for cancer patients. Furthermore, cancer treatment in these stages is extremely expensive and incredibly hard to manage. There is an exception to this, which is stage 1 cancer. However, it has its own problem. Stage 1 cancer has little to no symptoms, which makes it incredibly hard to detect. So, how do we come up with a solution for cancer? Well, the answer was pretty close by all along. Stage 1 cancer is the cure for cancer. More specifically, early detection of stage 1 cancer is the cure for cancer. This is because stage 1 cancer, the treatment at this stage has a very high survival rate, almost 90% in all different types of cancer. Furthermore, treatment is also significantly less expensive, which makes it easy to manage. However, the problem that we stated earlier still stands. It is hard to detect. The cancer cells are so little in this stage that it does not have an impact on the body and the symptoms do not show up yet. Unless you perform regular screenings, you cannot detect it. But that is pretty expensive and impractical. That is where our solution, Cancer Signal AI, comes in. Cancer Signal AI is not going to use medical methods to detect cancer at stage 1. Rather, it is going to use mathematical concepts and tools to detect cancer or to predict the likelihood of the user developing cancer at this stage. The tools that I'm talking about are machine learning and artificial intelligence. Cancer Signal AI utilizes its artificial intelligence algorithms that can detect this cancer through its large data set of past cancer patients and their physiological data, their habits, or any sort of variables that might have led them to develop cancer. It is going to keep track of all of that and it is going to compare it with the current user's data. And through mathematical concepts and artificial intelligence algorithms, it is going to reliably predict, based off of these data, whether or not the user has developed cancer. And this detection is going to be at an early stage, which is going to help the user manage this very properly and increase their chances of survival. They get their data from the wearables and their doctor's reports, personal information, and much more. Now, let's look at the demo for Cancer Signal AI. We start off at the dashboard. Our user Amara has a cancer risk assessment as the first thing she sees. It's 38%, so she has not much to worry about right now. But this number is calculated through a bunch of variables like diet, age, family history, and much more. Looking at the health monitor, this is what is tracked with your wearables. It keeps tabs on your resting heart rate, respiratory rate, sleeping duration, and much more, and gives you a detailed analysis of everything you would have to know. However, the main part is the health alert. Whenever any of your physiological data or the data that you've entered shows any abnormalities or risks, it is going to send an alert for cancer, potential cancer detection. Furthermore, there's also a feature to find clinics near you or share this data directly with your doctor to make things easier. And all of this is going to be included in your account as the user, where you will have included your information that was necessary, like your health data, height, weight, body fat, medical data, past family history, and much more. So through all of this, the user is going to interact with Cancer Signal AI and get their assessments whenever necessary. Now, I talked a lot about cancer data for different users, but each person has very different cases of cancer. So there isn't one specific formula for all users. Then how are we reliably predicting or assessing if potential cancer risks for different users? We are doing this as we have numerous amounts of data from past cancer patients and the current user. There are so many variables that we are considering that we have grouped them into four different categories. Starting off is medical history. This can include your past history with cancer, even past history with chronic diseases, or just any other relevant medical history. Second is daily habits. This includes your sleep schedule, quality, exercise, diet, stress levels, and much more, as these aspects play a direct role in the development of cancer. Furthermore, we also assess family history, as there are some certain cancers that have a direct linkage to your past family lineage. And finally, most importantly, is physiological data that is tracked through your wearables again. This is what is going to be keeping track of your health and your risk on an everyday basis, and it is going to flag any abnormalities or any issues that might pop up. Right now, CancerSignalAI has been curated for lung cancer detection. This is because lung cancer is the number one cause for fatal deaths in all of Louisiana. But our future development includes colorectal cancer detection as well, as we are going to train our models and change our entire ecosystem to also include this. And furthermore, it is also to include breast cancer, prostate cancer, and much more. So this is how CancerSignalAI is the cure for cancer through early detection. Thank you so much for watching.